It appears to be a nearly complete transcript of the July call, Poppy, where President Trump asked Ukrainian President Zelensky several times to collaborate with Attorney General Barr and his attorney, Rudy Giuliani, his private attorney, to look into Biden and his son Hunter.
Okay, big news day. The White House released a transcript, I say in quotes, of Trump's call with the Ukrainian president, and I put it in quotes because of this. The text was written by staff assigned to listen and memorialize the conversation in written form as the conversation takes place. Asked if there was an audio recording of the call, a Justice Department official said to ask the White House. So they're just kicking around the ball, hoping that they aren't held accountable, but what they released is still incredibly damning. It was a half-an-hour call, and this doesn't seem like the full version of it, but on the call, according to this recording of it, there was not a quid pro quo, which is an insanely high bar that no one ever meets, that Republicans will try to use to weasel out of this. AKA, he didn't say outright, I will give you money to investigate Joe and Hunter Biden. He didn't say those exact words, but he did mention over and over how much aid we give to the Ukraine, over and over, repeatedly, before asking for his favor, the words that he used. So these are all the instances from that in the recording of the call. Just wanted to read them to you guys. I will say that we do a lot for Ukraine. The United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say that it's reciprocal necessarily, because things are happening that are not good, but the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. That's pretty clear. He's about to rev up to something. And by the way, a week before that, Trump ordered his acting chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, to hold on to the nearly $400 million in military aid that we give to the Ukraine and not send it, so just hold back on it. So, with that piece of information, this seems to have been premeditated, this call. And then, after he says talks about our relationship with the Ukraine, he asks for a favor. I would like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with this whole situation with Ukraine. They say CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike was the company hired to investigate the hacks of the DNC in 2016. So that part's all very vague. But the meat and potatoes of this is the Biden stuff. And that comes next. The other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. It sounds horrible to me. And then at the end, after the Ukrainian president agrees pretty much, like, yes, sir, of course, whatever you want, $400 million in aid, that means a lot to us, Trump says that he thinks their economy is going to be doing well now, after he agreed. Wow. So honestly, I was skeptical of this story because I never thought Russia was really the smoking gun with Trump, but guys, this is damning. This is unreal. This isn't even the full transcript that we know of. This is some vague recording, and the Justice Department and the White House are kicking back and forth trying to not release the entire full materials that we would need. But this in itself is grounds for impeachment. Straight up. Straight up. He is so dumb leveraging taxpayer money for investigating his political opponents to foreign governments. Asking a foreign government for help with your political opponent is already illegal. And he did that clearly. But the taxpayer money on top of it, the aid on top of it, that is a whole nother layer of illegality. And I cannot believe that he did this on a phone call. And thank God, we talk about whistleblowers and their role in keeping our democracy alive. Edward Snowden and his bravery and his heroism. Thank God for this whistleblower, because we would have never known about this. And now we can proceed with impeachment proceedings and hearings and all of that. The Republicans are going to try to gaslight you, say that quid pro quo is the standard necessary for impeachment. BS. This is obvious illegality. Clear as day. Clear as the night is dark. I don't even know the phrase. But we know now. We know. And so the proceedings can begin. And do not let the Republican leadership make you believe that the standard needs to be him literally handing the Ukrainian president cash in exchange for a favor for Joe Biden and him saying that out loud. This isn't a spy novel. Things like that don't happen. This is real life, and that's as close to that as we can come.